The third stanza. The loudspeakers call out the names of the runners, the 100 meters, the race to be run, and 9 young athletes stood there determined and poised for the sound of the gun. The signal was given, the pistol exploded, and so did the runners on hearing the sound. But the youngest among them stumbled and staggered, and he fell on his knees onto the ground. So, first we will see the meanings. The loudspeakers call out the names of the runners, the 100 meters, the race to be run, and 9 young athletes stood there determined and poised. Poised means balanced. The sound of the gun. Sound of the gun. It means the gunshot as a signal to start an event. The signal was given, the pistol exploded. Exploded means burst with a loud noise. And so did runners on hearing the sound. But the youngest among them stumbled. Stumbled means tripped. Staggered. Staggered means he became unsteady or he lost balance over there. Okay, now I will explain these two stanzas. In the third stanza, here poet wants to say that the loudspeaker announced the name of the participant of the 100-meter race. Then 9 young athletes, they came forward, they took their place and they stood at the starting line. They were determined to do their best. They all were ready to give their level best. They were well poised. They were waiting for the pistol shot as a starting signal. Okay. Then in the fourth stanza, when the signal was given and the pistol shot was heard, the participant moved fast. They ran as fast as they can. Okay. However, one contestant who was very weak, he could not run. His legs gave in and he fell on the track. That's why it is said over here, and he fell on his knees to the ground. Means he fell over there on the track. Then this is stanza 5. He gave out a cry of frustration and anguish. His dreams and his efforts dashed in the dirt. But as sure as I'm standing here telling the story, now it's a strange on but here's occurred. So frustration. Frustration means hopeless. He was hopeless. And anguish. Anguish means mental pain. His dreams and his efforts dashed in the dirt. Dashed in the dirt. This word means he came to nothing. Now it's a strange one, but here's what occurred. Occurred means something happened. The 8 other athletes stopped in their tracks. The one who had trained for so long to complete. One by one they turned round and came back to help him and lifted the lad to his feet. Now I will explain these two stanzas, stanza 5 and stanza 6. So in the stanza 5, in this stanza, the fallen contestant, the contestant who fall down, he was very distressed. He was very hopeless beyond imagination. Then he gave out a cry in the frustration because his hard work, all his hard work of the so many months came to nothing. His dreams had remained a dream only because he knew that now I will definitely lose the race. I cannot win. Precisely at that moment, something happened which was very unexpected, and something happened which was very surprising. What had happened? Let's see in the stanza 6. What had happened? Let's see over here. The remaining 8 contestants, they all stopped over there and they looked back to the fallen companion, the person who has been fallen. They all looked back. Then they were expect not to stop. Generally, students, what is happening in the race? Nobody stops. all wants that I win, I should win, I should come first. But in this race, what happened? All the 8 other contestants, they stopped over there. They looked back to their fallen companion. Then they were expected not to stop, but they continue the race. What happened? How they continue the race? They did what no competitor had ever done in the history of the race. One by one, they all turned round. They all came back to the fallen athlete. Then they all lifted him to his feet. Okay, they all helped him, and they all helped him to lifted him to his feet. This gesture of theirs was indeed praiseworthy. They all did not thought about their winning, but they stopped, they came back, they helped the fallen athlete, and then they raised up again. And this gesture was indeed very praiseworthy. Now I will explain the 7th and then the 8th stanza.